Now, a lot of things are really happening at the club of Arsenal. In their camp, they do have close to 12 players injured. And we've been told by AFTV that AFTV has told us the following, that with Hincapie and Zubimendi becoming the latest players to suffer knee discomfort today, Arsenal's injury list has grown again alongside Mikel Merino, who was already nursing a foot injury. That now makes 12 players dealing with fitness issues after 11 withdrawals from international duty. That is it. So, we are having 12 players of Arsenal injured. And these 12 players of Arsenal injured are really having the following problems in there for you that have been highlighted by Mickey Mike. Madueke diving to get subbed off early. So, this one is like Arsenal are cheaters, right? Madueke dived to get subbed off early so he can go back to London and prepare for the Premier League title charge. Zubimendi pretending to be injured. Raya pretending to be injured. Hincapie pretending to be injured. Declan Rice pretending to be injured. Gabriel Magalhaes pretending to be injured. Saliba pretending to be injured. Saka pretending to be injured. Nogat pretending to be injured. When is something going to be done about this? So, most of these people these players are really faking to be injured. And I don't think that that is a fake. So, can he tell me that this is really faked? You tell me that that was faked. So I know that is banter, according to me, and I feel like it should not miss out in this debate because many people like Arsenal players are really pretending. But let me tell you, if you know the cost of FIFA meeting, if you know the cost that FIFA meets when a player is injured on international duty, it goes to 7 million euros. So FIFA also knows it that these are friendlies, unserious games. And if they're unserious games, I tell you that we will not really look at this as anything very, very important, because if you don't look at it as something very important, then you might find out really paying out. Because if these players stayed at their national team, or they played and they really got injured, and they really get bad injuries, it's FIFA to obviously compensate to each and every club. So for me, I believe many are saying the players are really faking. For me, I don't believe that they're really faking because people think that having an injury is like having a very serious injury. But if I feel a discomfort, why should I obviously put my body on the line? You understand? And even if you're Mikel Arteta, you have to call these respective managers of these respective countries, please, you see my whole journey as Mikel Arteta, the manager of Arsenal. I've been trying to obviously search out for this and really do the needful. I've fought hard for my club to see to it that I really reach here. And if I don't really meet this, then it will look like a failure in my life. Please, you are playing friendlies and not internationals. Now, let's cook it this way. Let these players show up and they say they are injured and they come back. For me, it's not faking. It's really understanding what is at stake. Because if you are a manager of Spain, and you are having Martin Zubimendi, Mikel Merino, and David Raya, on your national team, if they win with Arsenal, the Premier League and the Champions League, their winning mentality elevates to the next level. And do you need them more into these friendlies or you need them more into the World Cup? It's better. Sorry, the answer is you need them more in the World Cup. And if you need them more in the World Cup, what do you do? What do you do? All you do is simple. You put out these players to win the Champions League and the Premier League. After winning that, you obviously find yourself in a position of really getting them into a winning mentality form. And when that is done, we are good to go. That is it. So I want to let you know that it's really very important to note that Spain benefits more in these three players at Arsenal if they win the Premier League and the Champions League. They'll go to the World Cup when they are really fighting for huge things. Because, for example, if Arsenal wins the Champions League and the Premier League, David Raya, if he wins the World Cup, and Zubimendi or Mikel Merino, it's Zubimendi and David Raya, they'll be contending for the Ballon d'Or. If England wins the World Cup, Declan Rice and Bukayo Saka might find themselves on the list or stepping on the podium. You get? Saliba will also have a say in that. So, I tell you, even Eberechi Eze. So, if you really know what this really means, there is no way you can obviously block something like this very important to the club of Arsenal and their national team and the national teams of these players respectively. So that is exactly what you're really having in here. And there is what we call a boost coming in through from the sick bay of Arsenal. And this is the number one fly on the wall. He goes by the names of Eberechi Eze. He goes by the names of the hand of Arsenal. He says Eberechi Eze is still undergoing rehabilitation for a lower leg injury, though there is some optimism that he could return earlier than the original timeline. So he's really undergoing rehabilitation for the lower leg injury. And I really feel like these people that are really saying these players are really faking injuries as people who are really very what is it called? Delusional. Why are they delusional? Because Eberechi Eze, Timber, Odegaard never played in the final of the Carabao Cup. Do you think the manager would have gone ahead to spare them, and not really participate here? Yet they're really very important? I don't think so. So Eze is set to come out early enough in here. So that is really a very huge injury boost in there for you, for the people at Arsenal. And if Eze returns and Odegaard returns, I tell you what, you know that these players will be competing for that position, and that is the central attacking midfield. Who benefits more when two players who are really of good quality are competing for a particular position? It's the club. And who obviously goes ahead to obviously feel threatened? It's what we call the people that it's the opponents that these clubs obviously going to be facing that will obviously come up. So, as it stands for now, I want to let you know that a club known as Arsenal is having an injury boost for Eberechi Eze. Now, another one comes in through again from the hand of Ozil, the fly on the walls of Arsenal. He has told us that Martin Zubimendi and Pierre Hincapie are all recovering from minor knocks sustained on international duty. While their injuries are not considered serious, they may be rested against Southampton as a precaution. Obviously, the manager of Arsenal has a lot of luxury, and this is another double injury boost. When you obviously add it to the earlier one, that's when the triple injury boost really gets completed into that particular position. So I'm telling you that Hincapie and Zubimendi are back at the Sub-Harrialty Training Center, and they're undergoing what we call recovery. The recovery process is really underway, and it's really doing great. So that is it for the club of Arsenal. And for the game of Southampton, as I told you, the manager can start Kepa Arrizabalaga, Ben White as the right back, left back Lewis Kelly, Ricardo Carafiori, and Carafiori as the left back. He can obviously play this guy. What's his name? He can obviously play Mosquera in the central defense with someone else, Norgard, Skelly, and Kai Havertz in the mid three. Then he can also have Max Dowman right forward, left forward, Gabriel Martinelli center forward, Gabriel Jesus. And I think that lineup can come and obviously penalize the side of Southampton, such that these players look fresh for the Champions League game in there for you. But I know he will obviously travel with some on the bench, as substitutes. If the game really fails, the Declan Rices of this world might obviously come in and do the needful. And if you look at the likes of Declan Rice, let's name Odegaard, Eze, Declan Rice, Saka, Noni Madueke, Hincapie, Zubimendi, Gabriel Magalhaes, David Raya, all those have gone ahead to rest for like 2-3 weeks. And that means they've gone ahead to put in enough energy and they've gone ahead to charge their batteries enough to obviously face off with the side called Southampton. What is it called? Sporting Lisbon, then Bournemouth, Man City, Newcastle, and so on and so forth. Your reactions to this triple injury booster, welcome in the comment section below. I'm out.